My name is George Orwell, and I'd like to tell you about my dream. Now, the details relayed herein may have no bearing on your future at all. But this I cannot tell. My dream begins at the end of all things. The Great War of Civilizations had ended. The post-match analysis reading like an ever-unfurling coroner's report. Billions were vaporized, in the time it takes a human being to conceive of a passing thought. Then, the most exquisite and perfect tyranny emerged from the smog and the ruin, and bestowed upon itself dominion upon all living things. The New World inaugurated new kings, and proceeded to slice and re-augment their newfound territories. Now these newly appointed elites wasted no time in displaying an almost preternatural faculty for intolerance and cruelty. Those whose flesh had escaped the heat and the bluster dared not stand up to this fledgling authority, so demolished they were in both body and spirit. Martial law became law, and a series of arcane bills and treaties were rushed through with the swiftness of a sickle. Charity, empathy, and joy were outlawed, and the orgasm, as proposed, was abolished by the spring of 2015. But the state's greatest triumph was the acquisition of the spoken word itself. Some 2 million words were sequestered from the common population with the introduction of a single bill they called payspeak. The entire Oceanic lexicon, or English, as you call it, was now owned and copyrighted under new state legislation. The new view was that words were not an inalienable right, rather a state privilege, their use permissible on condition that one had the means to pay for them. In essence, every single word uttered by all persons, at all times, would incur a fee of approximately 1 credit. One word, 1 credit. Regulation of such a ubiquitous practice would require a series of ingenious mechanisms to record, process, and bill an entire population. The device was called a Vox box. It was no larger than a grain of rice and was typically implanted inside the subject's esophagus. Its purpose, of course, was to record every word uttered by its host via a series of vibrational-based sensors. The various clicks and ululations performed by the throat during speech would be transcoded by the device and sent directly to one of 3 billing departments at the Ministry of Finance. They were Adj Corp, Verb Corp, Noun Corp. Adj Corp. They have the adjectives, estimated at some 1/4 of the English language. Verb Corp, the smallest of the departments, naturally dealt with the verbs, estimated at some 1/7 of the English language. And then there was Noun Corp, the largest of the departments, and accountable for more than half the English language, or thereabouts. Compound nouns, collective nouns, concrete nouns, prefixes, suffixes, interjections, conjunctions, prepositions. Any augmentation or derivative, no matter how obtuse or imaginative, logged and billed just the same. It made no difference. One word, one credit. Naturally, the common citizen found himself encumbered with debt almost immediately. So one had to learn to speak with a mindful economy so as to keep one's accounts above water. You know, it's funny. Even the lowly hill farmer with nothing but a billy goat for company can produce as many as 500 words as he mutters idly to himself. There was no escape. before I go. The Red List. The Red List was a compendium of words, no more than 10 words, deemed by the state as counterproductive. To deploy them would be punishable by death. 10 words that could crush the state. Among them were refuse, resist, revolt. Oh, God. Now I must remind you that this is just a dream. The contents relayed herein may have no bearing on your future at all. But this I cannot tell. They say that silence is golden. But I dare say it's a darn sight cheaper as well.